Welcome everybody to our Sunday yoga class. Today's not Sunday, it's Thursday, but you can watch this at any time, and I sure miss seeing all of you. So just come into a comfortable seated position, either sitting cross-legged or extend your legs out in front of you. And just begin by closing your eyes and taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Ujjayi breathing, victorious breath. And on the inhale, just breathing in positive thoughts and positive feelings. And on the exhale, just letting go of any thoughts or concerns you may have. And just allow those to melt away into the earth with your breath. Just allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment with your yoga practice. So just continue to breathe in deeply, in through your nose and out through your nose. And just allowing yourself to let go of whatever you were doing before you came to your practice. And letting go of whatever you need to do when your practice is complete. But just taking this time for yourself and your breath. Just continue to breathe in deeply, in through your nose and out through your nose. And maybe direct your breath to any areas that feel tight today. And just visualize them release and let go. And I'm going to read a passage from the Yoga Sutra. And it is titled, The Power of Daily Practice. Changing the mind, the heart, is infinitely more difficult than anything else we do. More demanding than education or work or raising a family. It takes time, and we need to give it that time for as long as it takes. And the time must be given daily. Our spiritual practice must become a regular part of our day, as important as eating or working or sleeping. Our minds are infinitely powerful. We can learn to be good at anything if only we give it an hour or two of practice a day. But every day. We all know there are right ways of fixing a car and wrong ways too. If you try to fix your car but you don't know what you are doing, you can really make expensive mistakes. Fixing heart and mind are no different. We need to know what we're doing. We need good, clear instructions on what to do from someone who's already done it. Learning how to maintain a really effective daily practice creates a perfect foundation for entering the first of the 5 paths of yoga. So you might want to incorporate this practice as one of your daily practices, and that's totally up to you. So we're going to begin by moving our hips in a circle. And first, before we do that, we're going to come into a comfortable seated position, perhaps sitting on a blanket or a pillow, or whatever props you have at your home. And we'll begin with alternate nostril breathing, which is a very calming breath. So we're going to I'm going to mirror you, taking your left hand, your left thumb to your left nostril, your 4th finger to your right, and you'll inhale to the count of 4 through your left, hold both nostrils together for the count of 4, and exhale through the count of 4 on your right. and then you'll inhale your right to the count of 4, hold, exhale through your left. So just doing 10 rounds on your own and focusing on the point between your eyebrows, your eye of intuition, your third eye. So I'll give you the time to do 10 rounds on your own, a very calming breath. When you're complete with 10 rounds, just placing your hands on your knees and breathing normally. Really taking your time and really using this breath to calm your mind and your body. This breath can be used anywhere, waiting online at the grocery store, sitting in a dentist chair, any place where you need some calming. Get the music going. And we're going to begin by moving our hips in a circle, just allowing your head and neck to release and let go. And really feeling that fluidity in your spine and feeling that fluidity in your life. Just letting your head and neck release and let go. We tend to carry a lot of tension in our upper body. This is a great way to release and let go. Move as fast or slowly as you like, just moving at your own pace with your own breath. And then reverse directions. And really visualize your breath going to any areas that might feel tight today. And just visualizing them release and let go. And then slowly coming to stillness and just feeling the sensations inside. Maybe your heart beating a little faster, maybe a little more openness in your body and in your mind. And then holding on to your shins and then inhaling, curling back into yourself and exhaling, bringing your heart forward. Again, moving at your own pace with your own breath. And really seeing your heart moving you forward. And seeing your heart moving you forward in life. So inhaling as you go forward and exhaling back. And really feeling that fluidity again in your spine. Inhale and exhale as you go back. Twice more each direction. Again, moving at your own pace with your own breath. And then slowly coming back to stillness. And again, feeling the sensations inside. And then from here, we're going to do some neck circles. So take your head to one shoulder, down to the center, and to the other shoulder. So semicircles to start. And if you don't have any neck issues, feel free to do a full circle all the way back and around. And really letting go of all those crunches and crinkles in your neck. And breathing. And then reverse directions. And then slowly coming back to stillness. And just taking a breath here, listening to your body. And then taking your left hand to your right ear and letting your right arm dangle so you feel that nice stretch in the right side of your neck. And feeling like you're leaning against an imaginary wall so your spine is nice and straight. And just breathing into the right side of your neck. And then inhaling to center and exhaling to the other side. So one side might feel a little tighter than the other. No worries. Through our yoga practice, we try to balance our right and left side of our body. And then inhaling to center, placing your hands behind your head, elbows out, and then inhaling to one direction and exhaling to the other. Just a gentle movement, just feeling that nice side body stretch. Again, feeling that imaginary wall behind you. Inhaling to one direction, exhaling to the other. Twice more each direction. And then inhaling, coming to center, keeping your hands behind your head, elbows out, and just really feeling your heart open. Letting anything go that you don't need today. Bringing in anything you desire. And exhale, release. Shaking your arms out, shaking your legs out. And if you haven't been in my class before, we let go of whatever we don't need today. So make some sounds. Woo! And this is great for your circulation. And if people hear you in the house, no worries. And if you were sitting cross-legged, switch the cross of your legs and coming back to center. And we'll do some shoulder rolls. So inhale and bring your shoulders up and exhaling back. Just feeling that release of any tension in your upper body. And then reverse directions. And exhale, release. And just taking your right arm across your chest, your left arm under, releasing your shoulder blade down your back. And breathing. And then clasping your hands together. And then inhaling, bringing your elbows up and exhaling, curling into yourself. Inhale as you lift up, exhale, curl. Twice more, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And just releasing your arms out and taking your right arm across your chest, your left arm across your chest, right arm under, releasing your shoulder blade down your back. And really let your shoulders release. You don't want to have your shoulders up in your ears. Just letting everything release down. And then clasping your hands. And then inhale, reach up. Exhaling, curling in. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale. exhale, and one more time, inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower, and just shaking your arms out, and taking your left hand to the side, taking your right arm overhead, and feeling that side body stretch. And you can always go a bit deeper if you want to come down onto your forearm, as long as your right hip doesn't lift up. So being honest with yourself and breathing. Again, feeling that wall behind you. And then inhaling to center, clasping your hands, reaching up, keeping your chin parallel to the floor, feeling that length between each vertebrae. And then exhale over toward the right. Again, if you want to come down onto your forearm, feel free. And then inhaling to center, clasping your hands, reaching up, lifting up. And then exhale, release. Now we'll just move into a gentle twist. So taking your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And twisting is excellent to release toxins, physical or emotional. And then exhale, just folding over your left knee and looking underneath your right armpit. You might want to take the block with you if the floor feels a little far away, and place your hands on the block and looking underneath your right armpit. Feeling that nice twist in your body. And then inhale, walking yourself to center, maybe placing your hands or your head on the block, and just breathing into your lower back. Taking 5 breaths here, releasing any tension in your lower back. And then inhale, walking yourself over towards your right knee, hanging over your right knee and looking underneath your left armpit. Again, bringing the block with you if you like. And breathing. And then inhale, coming on up and twisting toward the right. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And then inhale, coming back to center, walking your hands out again, letting your head drop, bringing the block with you if you'd like. And then inhale, walking yourself all the way back up. And if you have a strap, take a hold of your strap. If not, you can use a towel or pillowcase. So I'll give you a few moments to maybe find your strap or something that you can use to substitute. And those of you that have one, just sit here and breathe for a moment. Maybe think about something you're grateful for today. And then we're going to take the strap above our head, wider than shoulder distance apart. So you might need to move your hands a little wider apart if when you take the strap behind you, feels like something is catching or pulling. Try to keep your chin parallel to the floor. And then exhale, bringing the strap behind you. Inhaling up and lower. And then exhale, move back. So nice and slowly with your breath, a nice smooth movement, taking your time. Great shoulder opener. Inhale as you lift up and exhale lower. And twice more. And next time the strap is overhead, holding the strap overhead, and then exhaling over to the left, placing your left hand on the earth and looking up at your right fingertips. Again, feeling that imaginary wall behind you and breathing. And then inhaling to center and exhaling to the other side. And then inhaling to center, trying to rip that strap apart. I don't think you'll be able to do it. And then exhale, release, and just placing the strap on your left shoulder. And I'm gonna just turn around to show you what it looks like from the back. Inhale, bringing your left arm up and walking your left fingertips down your back, holding on to the strap, holding on to your tricep. If this feels like enough, stay right here. Otherwise, holding on to the strap with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. So whatever position you choose, just stay there for 5 breaths. Inhale, coming all the way back up if you're bent forward, and then taking the strap and placing the strap on your right shoulder. And then inhale, bringing your right arm up, walking your right fingertips down your back, holding on to your right tricep, and then taking your left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Again, whatever position you choose, just stay there for 5 breaths. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Release the strap, release your arms, shaking your arms out, shaking your legs out, and whatever you didn't get out before that you want to get rid of right now, make some sounds. Woo! 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 Great! Wonderful. And then coming back to seated, and we'll move into Jani Shirshasana. Bending your right leg, extending your left. You can place a block under your right knee if you'd like for an extra support. And just flexing your right foot. Your left foot, sorry. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, coming forward. Holding on to whatever part of your foot or your leg is appropriate for you. Then inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forward. And just taking 5 breaths wherever you choose, whatever feels good to your body today. And then inhale, coming all the way back up, extending your right leg out to meet your left. Just moving the flesh from your sits bones, flexing both feet. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, coming forward. You can place the block on your legs, placing your head on the block. holding on to whatever part of your legs are appropriate, and then exhale, fold forward. And taking 10 breaths here, really breathing into your hamstrings, breathing into your lower back, just letting everything go. And if you've been out for a lot of walks these past few weeks, this should feel really good on your hamstrings and lower back. I know it sure does for me. And then inhale, coming all the way back up and bending your left leg into Jani Shirshasana again, placing the block under your knee if you like. And then inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. Again, one side might feel very different than the other. It sure does for me. So just being patient with your body, being accepting of where you are today. And then inhale, coming all the way back up, sending both legs out in front of you, moving the flesh from your sits bones, flexing both feet. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And just spreading your legs wide apart, flexing both feet. And feeling that nice inner thigh stretch, great hip opener. And we tend to carry a lot of emotions in our hips. So it's a great way to release and let go. And then twisting towards your left leg. And exhale, fold forward. Again, holding on to whatever part of your leg or your foot is appropriate for you. And really breathing into your inner thighs, feeling your inner thighs letting go. And then inhale, come up just a few inches and placing your left forearm on the earth and taking your right arm overhead, feeling that deeper side body stretch. And if you want to go a bit deeper, you can walk your left hand out in front, holding on to your toes with your right hand, opening up your heart. So if you notice that your heart is closing down, just letting go of your toes, opening up your heart, that's the most important part. And breathing here. And then inhaling, coming to center. You might want to take the block with you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold forward, leading with your heart. And then when you come to your edge, let your head drop. Breathing into your inner thighs. And then inhale, coming all the way back up and twisting towards your right leg. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, coming up a few inches, placing your right forearm on the earth, taking your left arm overhead. Again, if you want to go a bit deeper, walking your right hand out in front and holding on to your toes with your left, keeping your heart open and breathing, feeling that really nice side stretch. And then inhaling, coming back to center, and exhaling, walking yourself forward again, taking the block with you if you'd like. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. And inhale, coming all the way back up, taking a hold of the outside of your knees, bringing the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. You can place a block under each knee. You can place a block on your feet. Whatever feels good to you. There should be no knee pain here. This is another excellent hip opener. So inhale, lengthen. If this feels plenty to sit up straight, go right ahead. Otherwise, if you want to get a little deeper, you can bow forward. And placing your head on the block if you like, or you can place your head all the way to your feet. And that's one pose where I'm using acceptance. I can no longer get my head to my feet, so I'm using the block. And that's fine. Being grateful for where we are today. We are doing yoga. And what better thing can we ask at this special time? And just taking 10 breaths here, breathing into any areas that might feel tight. And then inhale, coming all the way back up and taking a hold of the outside of your knees, bringing your knees together and just taking your knees off to one side, and we'll come into table position. I like placing a blanket under my knees. That's up to you. So I'm giving you just a little time to get yourself settled. And you'll place your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, knees about hip distance apart. And from here we'll move into cat-cow. So inhaling, dipping your spine, exhaling, curling into yourself. Just moving at your own pace with your own breath, feeling that flexibility in your spine. Inhale as you look up and exhaling as you curl. And twice more each direction. When you get back into table position, just taking a breath here, and we're going to move into a little balancing pose. So extending your left arm and your right leg. And if that's a little much, you can place your back toes down and just feeling that length. And taking a few breaths here. And if you want to go a bit deeper, you can hold on to your back foot and just lifting your heart up. but there should be no strain. So listen to your body, whatever feels right. Just take 3 breaths wherever you choose. And then exhale, coming back to table position, spreading your knees wide apart and coming into child's pose. Placing your forehead on the earth or a block and letting everything release. Inhaling, coming back to table position, extending your left arm and your right leg. Your right arm and your left leg, sorry. And if you held onto your foot on the first side, try on the second. Breathing wherever you choose. And then exhale, coming back to table position, and then pressing back into child's pose for just 2 breaths. And then inhaling, coming back to table position. I'm going to tuck your toes under and come into downward facing dog. So bending one knee and then the other, releasing your hamstrings. And then when you're ready, just holding downward facing dog for 5 breaths. And then bending your knees, walking your feet to your hands and standing forward fold, ragdoll, and holding on to opposite elbows, keeping your knees bent, just swaying from side to side, shaking your head, yes and no, letting everything go. And then placing your hands on your hips and coming all the way up to standing. Hands before your heart. And really feeling yourself grounded into the earth. You can either keep your feet hip distance apart or big toes together, heels about 1 inch apart. And then from here, releasing your arms and inhaling, bringing your arms overhead, point your finger up, and exhaling over toward the left. Again, feeling that imaginary wall behind you. Inhaling to center and exhaling to the other side. One more time, inhaling up, exhaling to the left. Inhaling up, exhaling to the right. Inhaling up, and exhaling, hands to your heart. Feeling yourself grounded. And we're just going to move with our breath and the Warrior One sequence. So lowering your arms, stepping your left foot forward, right leg back, bending your front knee so it's directly over your ankle. And we're just going to inhale, straightening your front leg, and exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Yoga is a moving meditation. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. And then stepping your back foot forward to meet your front. Hands before your heart. Taking a breath here. And then lowering your arms and stepping your right foot forward, left leg back. Again, front knee directly over your ankle. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend. Just moving with your breath. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And then bringing your back foot forward to meet your front. Hands before your heart. And taking a breath here. And then from here, we'll move into 2 balancing poses. So if you'd like to use a wall, feel free. So grounding your left foot and bringing up your right into tree pose. So your foot is either above or below your knee, but not directly on your knee. Hands before your heart. So it's an isometric type exercise where your inner thigh is pressing against the sole of your foot and the sole of your foot against your inner thigh. Take 3 more breaths here. Maybe don't watch me, I might be wobbling. And balancing is so important to prevent falls as we age. So it's really important that we practice balance. And exhale, release. And just shaking that side out, shaking everything out. If you're proud of what you did on the first side, let it go. If you're upset, let it go. The other side is a whole new day. So grounding your right foot and bringing up your left. Take 3 breaths wherever you are. And exhale, release. Again, shake that out, let it go. And from here, we're going to move into Warrior 3. So grounding your left foot and taking your right leg behind you, arms out like airplane wings, toes pointing toward the earth, feeling like you're soaring over the earth, hips square to the earth, and breathing. 2 more breaths here. And exhale, release. Shake yourself out. And then grounding your right foot and extending your left. And breathing. And exhale, release. Shake it out, let it go. And we're gonna come down into a squat. I like to use my blanket to place my heels on. That's up to you. If you have any knee issues, feel free to just come to seated. That's where we will be meeting. You can also place a block under your buttocks and sit on the block. And just breathing here, taking your left hand to your inner thigh, taking your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, release, and come to the other side. And exhale, release, letting your head drop. And then taking your hands behind you and come down gracefully into a seated position. And we're going to move into some abdominal work, just gentle. So taking your arms out in front of you and just lowering down as slow as you can, engaging your abdominal muscles, making whatever faces you need to, taking your time. And then when you get all the way down, placing your hands behind your head, and we'll just move into 10 yogi bicycles. So you can count on your own, extending one leg out, elbow toward the opposite knee, and to the opposite. So just counting 10 on your own, really engaging your abdominal muscles. And strong abdominal muscles create a strong back. Well, let's say 5 more. When you're complete, just bring your knees into your chest, tugging your knees in and circling on your lower back, one direction and then the other. And from here, we're going to come into happy baby pose, taking the soles of your feet up to the sky, holding on to the outside of your feet or the outside of your shins, and just rocking from side to side. And then releasing your feet, bring your knees into your chest, and we're going to move into a gentle twist. So taking your knees over toward the left, looking over your right fingertips, trying to keep both shoulder blades on the earth. And inhaling back to center and exhaling to the other side. Inhaling to center, hugging your knees in, placing your feet on the earth, keeping your knees bent, and taking a hold of your strap and placing the strap on the ball of your left foot, extending your right leg straight on the earth if you'd like a deeper stretch, and just taking 10 breaths here, feeling that release in your hamstring. And placing the strap in your left hand, taking your left leg out to the side. You can place your right hand on your right thigh to try to keep your leg more grounded to the earth. A really nice psoas stretch. And then inhaling to center, placing your strap in your right hand, and taking your left leg over toward the right. Just a few inches till you feel that stretch in your outer left thigh. And then inhaling to center, placing your right foot in the strap to meet your left, both legs together and straight. And this is a wonderful inversion without any chance of injury from a headstand or shoulder stand. Keeping your lower back grounded. It's very similar to legs up the wall. Take 5 more breaths here. And then releasing your left foot out of the strap, keeping the strap on the ball of your right foot, and maybe extending your left leg out in front. Again, taking 10 breaths here. And taking the strap in your right hand, and taking your right leg over toward the right, placing your palm on your left thigh. Inhaling to center, taking a hold of the strap of your left hand, taking your right leg slightly over to the left. And then inhaling to center, placing both feet in the strap again, keeping your legs together and straight. Again, feeling the benefits of this inversion. And then release the strap, release your legs, bring your knees into your chest again, circling on your lower back, one direction and then the other. And then placing both feet on the earth, and I'm going to recommend a supported back bend. So you want to maybe take the block and place the block on the lowest level underneath your sacrum. Palms facing up toward the sky. And just taking 10 breaths here. If you prefer to do a full bridge, feel free to do so. Whatever back bend you choose, just stay there for 10 breaths. And then whenever you're complete with your back bend, just lifting your hips up, removing the block, and lowering down one vertebrae at a time. And we're ready for our final pose, the most important pose of the practice, Shavasana, final relaxation. And extending your legs out in front of you, allowing your feet to flop open, allowing the palms of your hands to face up toward the heavens. And really allowing yourself to surrender whatever you might still be holding on to, and allow that to move away into the earth with your breath. Feeling the support of the earth below and the heaven above meeting at your heart center. And then slowly coming back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching your arms overhead, and giving yourself a big stretch. And then as you're ready, rolling over to your right side and just resting there for a moment with your eyes closed. And just feeling that peaceful feeling you have inside right now. And remembering you can always access this feeling at any time of the day you need to. It is always there inside of you. And then slowly, with your eyes closed, come up to a seated position. And placing your hands together before your heart. Really feeling your thumbs touching your heart center. And really seeing all that beautiful light that comes from inside your own heart and radiates to all those around you. And to all of you, I say namaste. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you for staying with your practice through this very challenging time. This time that's bringing us all together and giving us the strength to get through it and move forward. Namaste.